For Trek Insider, here's Jeff Phelps.
By watching tonight's first episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, the very first episode of the series, you've probably noticed just how much each character has developed since the beginning. If you haven't, you better start paying better attention, by the way. Now, for your information, all this week at 6 o'clock, more early episodes and more chances to see just how that crew has changed. Tomorrow night, Counselor Troy faces the prospects of a prearranged marriage. Tuesday, the crew is sent 1 billion light years into the universe. Wednesday, the crew is held hostage by an alien inquisitor. Thursday, a deadly force invades Picard's mind. That could be nasty. And on Friday, Wesley is condemned to death, poor little guy. 5 terrific nights on Next Generation, in addition to what we already bring you on the weekend. Tune in all this week at 6 o'clock.
With more Trek Insider, here's Jeff Phelps.
Between the ages of 11 and 15, he saw 3 movies a day. Not surprisingly, by the time he was 15, he was very pale, and he was a major film buff who could quote lines from each and every one, tell you who was in it, the year it was made, all that stuff. It's no wonder, then, that Brent Spiner, better known as Lieutenant Commander Data of Next Generation, became an actor. Spiner, of course, plays an android. He believes that Next Generation is more than just a show, more than just a source of entertainment. The sun is going to burn out eventually, and we better be someplace else as a race of people by the time that happens, says Spiner. I think that's why everybody digs Star Trek, because they know it's a part of all of our futures and represents a vision of hope. And here I thought it was just a TV show. Well, if you're hoping for more Next Generation, you're in luck. Let's continue with Encounter at Farpoint Part 1.
You can never get enough galactic action. With a preview of tonight's 8 o'clock episode, here's Jeff Phelps.
Remember, tonight we're airing back-to-back the very first 2 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Encounter at Farpoint's Parts 1, and naturally Part 2 would then be Part 2. Here's a preview of Part 2.
Next time on Star Trek The Next Generation, the crew is tested by the evil Q.
You're running out of time, Captain.
He's giving them 24 hours to save a planet from an alien attack.
They're firing on Farpoint, sir.
Medical team's already preparing to beam down, Captain.
Can they meet this deadly challenge and escape with their lives?
Commander Riker, come in. Yank them back, now! Your time is up, Captain.
Star Trek The Next Generation.
Encounter at Farpoint Part 2 at 8 o'clock.
Tonight's Star Trek Insider is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. And now, here's Jeff Phelps.
If you think growing old is a big pain, just wait until you see what happens to Deanna Troi in next Saturday's shocking 7 o'clock episode. Here's a preview.
Counselor Troy falls prey to an alien's seductive powers.
Strength comes from love.
I have no intention of releasing her now or ever.
And a startling metamorphosis releases jealous rage.
I need you. Deanna's condition is deteriorating rapidly.
Will Troy pay the ultimate price for unbridled passion?
Counselor Troy is dying.
Next time on Star Trek The Next Generation.
That's next Saturday night at 7 right here on Channel 43.